Well, I don't normally start videos at 10 o'clock at night, but our internet was out all day. They had to reset something, finally get it back going. I'm like, man, my people, what are they going to do? They're going to wake up tomorrow, there's not going to be any videos. They're going to think something happened on J-Stimp 4, man. What's up? And real quick, I was just showing my wife a little bit of a demo of the political game show. I've changed it up a little bit, and I don't think any of you've seen what I had to begin with. Um, Matter of fact, I'm going to show you something. Hang on. All right, so I'm just want to show you this because I just had an idea today earlier, and I thought this might even be better for the political game show. This is gonna be fantastic. This isn't gonna be good. This isn't gonna be great. This is going to be fantastic. So look at this picture I got here. I actually have a video because I was testing it with the wife. I was telling you all about the other day. We were testing it. This is just a video result. So this is kind of what you'd see on YouTube, like if I uploaded it. A little bit different, but this is basically it. Now you'll notice I have Notepad open on the top left because I don't want you seeing that question, because that question is going to be asked on the first episode of this game show. So if you look at the top left, that's where the questions and the answers are, and you have to pick one of the multiple choice answers, and I tell you if you're right or wrong. On the right side, top right, you see my wife. She was testing through Skype. That's what we're going to use. But we may end up Skyping up to 4 people, 4 contestants, plus me, the game show host. That'll be 5. And if we can't use Skype, I have a website. My political game show website actually has a plugin already on the website that allows multi-user chat, and I could just use that potentially. But what I did was I said, man, because this is just one person kind of Skypes in, and if there were 2, 3, or 4 people, I'd have to ask them what's all your answers and figure out what their answers are, and have my wife or someone keep track of the answers and all that stuff, and who's going to win. So I thought to myself, I have that little remote control program for controlling a computer, like your work computer from home computer from work, kind of like Log Me In, TeamViewer, or whatever. There's a new one out called Splash Top that's been around for a while. It's like that. But part of that program is essentially a chat type of interface. When you want to control the computer, you have to send essentially a chat message to the opposite computer. It happens automatically when you click a button. But essentially you're sending a message, think of a text message to somebody else, then they reply back. So I thought I could use that same part of this software that I have, just the chat feature, and actually automate a lot of this where let's say I have 4 people on the game show, and it's, for Saturday night. And you're all on here. There's 4 of your faces in that corner. I might have to make that a little bit smaller, like my wife's in there. Make that smaller. That way I can put 4 people in there, all on Skype. Except I will be sending you a link to download my program. It's very small, by the way. You double click it, install the program, and then when you open it, it pops up, what's your name, essentially your contestant name, and then the password that I will be giving you. Upon the correct answer to log in, you will then be at the main menu. The main menu looks a little bit like that top left, but there's buttons on there, A, B, C, D, E, F. So on my end, all I got to do, or my wife in this case who's going to be handling it, is click a button to say, next question, and it pops up. When the next question pops up, it sends that message to your program instantaneously, so all parties see it. And then when I say, okay, I need an answer, everyone clicks their mouse on the button, A, B, C, D, or E, or F. If it happens to have 6 multiple choice questions, usually it's 4. It's pretty common. And then when you hit that button, let's say you hit A, they hit B, whatever, it's sending that response back to my program that I'm on here, and it's logging that in the background, basically. And it already knows what the answer is, so it will instantly give your score, what's your, how many you got right, how many you got wrong. Everyone will be able to see everybody's score to figure out who's where, am I winning, are they winning, whatever. And so I thought, man, that would be kind of cool. But that way, it's not just one person who comes on, and did they get, if it's a 20 question thing, did they get 16 out of the 20 right, because if you don't get 16 out of the 20 right, you lose. You got to have an 80% or better score to win. That was my original thought. This way, if there's 4 people playing, even if there's 2 people playing, it doesn't matter what your score is. All you want to do is be the one with the highest score so that you win. And I thought too, so well, if I actually have 4 people on, 4 contestants, and whatever the prize is, I thought, well, maybe 80% of the prize goes to the winner, and then 20% of the prize is, like a second place prize. You get a small thing for coming in second place. That would be with like 4 people playing. With 2 people playing, it would probably just be simply winners, is it, plain and simple. And of course, if we have a tie, I might have to go to the Magic 8 Ball to break the tie. But I'm not sure. So anyways, I thought about that. I'm like, that would be even better, because if I'm asking you guys, hey, who wants to be on the game show? And then everyone's like, oh, me. And I pick one person, even randomly or whatever. Wouldn't it be better to do, hey, 4 of you, guess what? All 4 of you are on the game show. All 4 of you ain't going to win. One of you is going to win for sure. But again, if I did a thing where there's 80% for the first place winner, 20% of whatever the prize is for the second place winner. Because when I've thought about this, I was like, I want to give away like precious metals. Give away some silver. Now I'm going to ask you something. I want your honest to goodness opinion in the comments. I want to know. Because I thought about this on the way home today in my car. I'm going to have to get this silver. As I mentioned, that fantastic guy, Steve, gave me a bunch of these Morgan 90% silver, 1 ounce, almost an ounce, basically 90% silver rounds. I'm like, I can use that for the game show. But when I did this, I'm like, I want the game show on the YouTube channel to be able to pay for itself through the advertisements that come on. Just like my JSnip4 channel, those advertisements that come on, I get a little chunk of that change. YouTube gets a little chunk of the change. Everybody's happy. It helps me. Like I said a million times, you guys help me pay my rent. I love you guys. But this is separate, right? This is a different thing. I want this. It's a separate channel. I want to focus strictly on this with as far as getting this thing up to the point where there's enough viewers watching these videos that it pays for itself, essentially. In other words, whatever the prize is for silver, I can just tap into the account that this is, set up on, and that's the money that I use for the prize money. So I don't have a whole lot of subscribers on this channel. I haven't even done a video yet on this, but I suspect as it gets going, I think it'll probably grow pretty quickly. But since it's not yet, I'll be honest, I hate to say, oh, well, first place winner, you just won, 3 ounces of silver or 4 ounces of silver. That's $80. I got to have to come up with $80, which I'm not going to just, again, I thought I could just take what I have here and ship it off, but I still got to pay shipping anyways. It might, half a dozen one way, 6 the other. I could just say, okay, well, I'm going to contact, Silver Doctors or JM Bullion or whoever. I need to place an order for, 4 ounces of silver, send it to this address to the winner, that kind of thing. But since there's 4 ounces of silver and we had a first place person, that means they're getting 3 ounces and the other guy's getting, the second place is getting 1 ounce. That means I got to place 2 separate orders to pay shipping twice, essentially, because they're going to 2 different locations, which I don't mind if I do it that way. Either way, that's not what's bothering me. The part that's bothering me is I want to give out more than 3 or 4 ounces of silver. How would you like to hear one day, oh my God, JSnip4 on his political game show channel, holy crap, he's giving away 100 ounces of silver, or 50 or 60 ounces, or whatever it ends up being. It all depends on how much views these videos get, because it's going to depend on how much money these things can generate. The video ads can generate for me on this channel. So since I'm not there yet, and that's not happening yet, I'm going to have to start this thing out giving away literally a few ounces, which means there's probably only going to be one first place winner. Hey, you won 3 ounces. Have a nice day. I'd like to say maybe, how about 10 ounces to start with? 20 ounces to start with. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh my gosh, I just got 20 ounces. 20 times $20. That's $400, man. Wow, that's fantastic. I'm happy. It'd make me feel happy, to tell you the truth. Instead of, congratulations, you won 3 ounces. Ooh. I don't have $400 to be giving away every week, because if I do one game show a week, it's $400 a week, 20 ounces at the current prices. Spot price plus the whatever you call it, the about to say margin. It's not margin, premium or whatever. So I thought, and I know I said this a minute ago, you're waiting for me to ask, but here's what I want your opinion on. Lay it on me. True, false, whatever. Just give it to me. Don't hold back. What do you think, at least in the beginning for the first, and I don't know how long it's going to take for the channel to start growing to where I don't need to do this, but what do you think if I were to say, hey, I want to do 20, 40 ounces giveaway. 20 ounces, I need $400. 40 ounces, I need $800. So what I thought, at least in the beginning, again, I don't have to do this, and I can go back to the 3 ounce thing, but just hear me out. What do you think about if I say anybody who wants to be on the game show, and you tell me maybe a price that sounds good to you or not good to you, kind of like a buy-in, $5 a person, $2 a person, $1 a person, $3 a person, whatever, $4. And anybody who essentially, it's like a raffle. Anybody who pays this raffle, if you will, I'll be selecting one of you with my automated script that I have that just queries the database, give me, 4 random people that are in the table, give me 4 random rows, and okay, player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, and I'll let you know. Hey, here's the 4 people, and I'll do it live on the video screen to show you who actually won to be on the show. So what I'm hoping, if we do that, at least in the beginning, and maybe you guys say, oh, $5, that's nothing, or $4, but whatever it ends up being. Oh, that's all it costs? What if it's only $1? What if it ends up, because I have so many people say, oh my gosh, I want to do it, next thing I know, there's 500 people, of you guys, that say, oh, $1 all day, that sounds fantastic, I'll do it all day long. And I can calculate, well, I've got 500 people that essentially would do that. That means I've got $500 now every time I do this game show. Again, if I do it once a week, and you're pitching in $1 once a week, that's $4 a month, and whoever pitches in, has a chance to be on the game show, again, just in the beginning, till this thing grows. I thought to myself, maybe that might be a good idea, because then it's not just telling the whole world, hey, who wants to be on the game show, and then I randomly select people. The competition for you guys to be on it actually goes way down, because not everyone's going to want to pitch in anything. So I just thought about it. It's just a thought. I'm not saying for sure one way or the other I'm going to do it that way or not, because if you guys end up telling me, no, don't do that at all, we don't want to pay nothing, then it's off the table completely, and I will never do it. But keep in mind, this game show is going to start off with kind of minimal prizes, 3 ounces of silver, something like that, 2 ounces of silver. Again, I'd like to go big. I'd like to really say, you know what, boom. And I do have those Morgans. I could do it, but if I go through those things quickly in a couple months, 2 months, and then they're all gone, and I say, oh, my viewers aren't that great on this channel anyways. Now that silver that this wonderful guy gave me is gone, and I'm essentially, I'm funding this thing. So anyways, that's my thought. That's what I'm talking about, which now, as long as I've been talking, I'm going to have to do another video, because I can't possibly talk about what I was going to talk about in this video. So the second video is going to be coming, which I apologize for. But I just want your feedback, your thoughts of everything I just told you. Matter of fact, if you thought, well, 4 people, no, make it 2 people, whatever, I'll listen. Sure. I want some feedback on this. But the main thing is, should I charge like $1 raffle to build up a nice purse, prize money? Again, that's going to go directly into silver. I'll just put it on my PayPal. You send a thing to my PayPal. I say, okay, log in at the end of the week or whatever it is, and when we do the game show, and I say, okay, I've got, here's the winners, so no more donations. I'll take the link down. I'm going to now pick the winners now that I've got X amount of money in the PayPal account. And by the way, I've got such and such dollars in my PayPal account, so that means I can buy such and such amount of silver right now, and that's what the prize money is going to be. So again, for $1 raffle to try to get in, everyone may say, like, that's just stupid, I don't want to do it, even for $1. And if I'm doing it every week, and you happen to pitch in every week to do it to hopefully get on the show, well, that's 4 times a month you potentially might be on the show. And again, there's 4 people. You're going to be 1 out of 4, potentially. But I don't know how many people are going to respond, nor do I know how many people think this is a good idea to do this raffle thing. So that's it. Give me your thoughts, opinions. Nothing is set in stone. I'm not doing it one way or the other at this point. And even if I see like 50-50, like, no, don't do it, it might be enough for me to say, no, I'm not going to do it. Because if 50% of the people are saying don't do it, then I don't even think I want to. We're going back down to 2 or 3 ounce silver prizes until the channel grows, and you're going to be stuck waiting as long as this channel takes to grow before I can up the prize bounty, if you will. But that's okay. I don't mind. I'm going to be doing this. I think it's going to be fun and educational, and this might be one of those channels that really takes off on YouTube anyways, rapidly and quickly, because it's entertaining. It's nothing else out there like it. And a lot of times when it comes to YouTube or anything in life, you have something unique and interesting, it will always do well. There's no competition. Is there any political game show on YouTube? No, there's nothing like it. So in that respect, I think it will do well once it gets in front of enough people and people start talking about it. But that's all I got to say about that. Your opinions are very much needed and welcomed. Talk to you later.